Tyson Fury, you're fighting Steve Cunningham in the US, in New York. How do you feel?
Great. On top of the world, you know, I'm really ready for this fight, and I hope America's ready for the furious one in Tyson Fury, because I'm coming and I'm going to be big, strong and athletic and ready for a fight.
Steve Cunningham, he's a former world champion at cruiserweight. What do you know about him and how do you think of him as an opponent?
You know, I've got to respect a guy who's won a world title. He's been a good fighter in his day, and you know, he's looking to win heavyweight championship of the world. It's my job to stop him. You know, he's won all these fights and whatever. He's been a two-time champion, but he's never been hit by somebody like me before, and we'll see if he's the real deal or not.
Mick Hennessey mentioned earlier that you're going out to Canada ahead of this fight. Have you got any sparring partners lined up that you can mention?
Yeah, I don't know any names, but we've got sparring partners. All the camp's been sorted. Everything's ready as we land.
And how big is it to be on NBC network television in the States, to build your profile over there?
You know, it's very, very big. You know, a good performance here, and I'll be a star in a US as well, you know. So it's a good opportunity.
Do you keep an eye on the other heavyweights in the division? Mick mentioned that Pulev might be a fight that you'll be fighting for a final eliminator against Vladimir. Do you rate him, and do you rate other heavyweights in the division?
You know, I keep a close eye on all the heavyweights in the division. Pulev's a decent fighter, strong, willing, but he's not on my level of skill, you know, and I'm sure I can do a good job on him as well.
Did you expect Tony Thompson to stop David Price almost 2 weeks ago, or were you expecting Price to come through that fight?
I expected Price to come through that fight, but this is heavyweight boxing, and it shows you where he really was. You know, a 40-odd-year-old guy can do that to him, then he's got no chance against a young up-and-coming fighter.
Do you think there's still potential for that fight between you if you win a world title and then David builds himself back up and wins a world title?
I sure hope so, you know, because it's good to have a good British rivalry, and, you know, hopefully he can get back up there and we'll have that big title fight. If
you beat Cunningham over in the States, will your next fight after that be in the States, or are you planning to come back to Britain or even Europe to fight against someone like Pulev?
We're going to see. This is a eliminator to fight Pulev. Well, I'd like to take out Tony Thompson back in the States after this one. But if not, then we'll be back in Europe somewhere fighting Pulev.
And how excited are you to see your cousin here on stage today, signing over with Hennesey, turning pro at just 18 years old?
You know, I'm really excited about it. He's got a big future in the sport, and hopefully he can do as well as I'm doing, and go to the top as well.